stopped me on the corner. Swear you hit me like a vision. I wasn't expecting, but who am I to tell fate where it's supposed to go with it? Don't you blink, you might miss it. See, we got a right to just love it or leave it. You find it and keep it, cause it ain't every day you get
The United States has seen periods of growth and decline in the presence of international students. However, the first man to graduate from an American university was Yung Wing of China in 1854. He graduated from Yale, and after that we saw the rise of many Chinese students coming to the United States to study. In 1946, Senator J. William Fulbright established the Fulbright Program for International Education Exchanges for Students, which we now know today as Fulbright Scholars, and is still prominent in the world today. In the 1950s, the number of Chinese students, although it was rising, dropped due to the rise of communism in China. In 1952, the F-1 visa was created, which is critical to helping international students become registered. In the 1970s, OPEC countries also expanded scholarship programs overseas for their students to come, and then throughout the 1990s we see continued growth in international students from all over the world. However, due to the September 11th attacks in 2001, there was a drop in international student enrollment down to 2.4%. After September 11th and recovering from that, in 2007 there was a financial crisis in the United States, and we decided to recruit more international students. Since then, their presence in American universities is on the rise until this day in 2016. Many people may ask, why come to study in America? There are many different reasons, and one important reason is to explore a different culture, as many countries and societies across the world have different rituals, practices, and traditions. Students who come to America also can learn new ways of thinking and learn new and different behaviors not only from American students, but from other international students in such diverse universities like Arizona State. Students also learn new cross-cultural knowledge and skills which are applicable to take back home to their home countries, and also develop new outlooks and perspectives from students and staff. Students can increase their self-esteem and confidence by gaining these new skills and being able to take it back and have this unique skill set that not everyone may have. They will also mature as they learn new skills in America and also learn how to live independently as individuals taking their own courses of study. Some people also may ask, what is the value of an American degree? That's a really good question, and across the world, an American degree is very valuable and highly recognized. You get worldwide recognition as American degrees are highly portable. In America, we also have the use of modern technology that we can use to our advantage that some countries may not have. America also has a lot of research and development going on, and the highly funded research projects are good for students to expose themselves and expand their horizons. We also must remember that America is a rich, powerful nation with unlimited opportunities.
Hello, my name is Jose Rodriguez. I come from Ecuador. I came to an American university because higher education in the United States, they have the best system in the world. So in order to keep improving myself, I think the best thing I have to do is to come to this place. Also, the second reason is because I earn an Ecuadorian scholarship. So I have the opportunity to come here for free because the government is paying for that.
I'm Minatullah from Egypt. I decided to study here in the US because of the academic level that most of the universities in the US has achieved. So that's why I came here to the US. And another reason for that is that my STEM school back in Egypt, in my home country, has offered this scholarship for the higher academically level students. So that's why I've been chosen to study in the US, and then I was having the choice to choose from these different universities the best university I want to get in. So that's how the process works, and that's why I get here in the US to study in the academic level.
So I decided to come to America because it's my first dream, or because I want to let my family to be really very, very happy. Because my uncle got his PhD from Pasadena, so I want to continue with this, and I like to be in America a lot because that's like, how can I say it, really similar to or matches my mind, and also like I want to challenge myself. I want to be alone and feel like I have the independent life. Yep.
I think back in my home country, the people there think of the American universities or any other universities rather than the Egyptian one as the one that has a high good education or high level of academic studies and this stuff. This is because the education back in Egypt wasn't that good. So if you go for a major like an engineering major or STEM students, engineers, so that you can, the first country you will be thinking of will be America or the US, because the universities there have a good education and have a good system that qualify the students to be overqualified for the job positions and the different job titles they will be deserved after graduations. So that's the perception the people back in Egypt think of the American universities. So that's why there are many scholarships the Egyptian government provided for the Egyptian students to the American universities specifically.
Well, the perception for us as internationals is that you have a very high level in technology, also doing research. That's very important for me because I want to learn those techniques, those skills. So when I finish my program, I want to go back to my country and start sharing those ideas with in the university where I used to work.
First idea about Arizona or like higher education there in America would be like kind of impossible. So I had to challenge myself a lot, especially like I would not go to study just English. I'm going to study like kind of a new language with, like I can say, involving the English part in it. So I was feeling like kind of, oh, it'll be like really difficult and I can't pass, and feel like whenever I go past like another session, I feel like it'll be really hard and harder. But then once I go into, I feel like it's different. So that's my first idea about it.
This chart from the 2014 to 2015 school year from the Institute of International Education shows the top 10 places where students come from to study in the United States. The top 3 are from Asian countries. Also from the 2014 to 2015 school year, this shows the most popular fields of study for international students, the top ones being business and engineering.
Now, international students that are admitted to ASU, they are not considered a citizen, a permanent resident, or a refugee in the United States. They have a J1 or an F1 visa, so that considers them to be here to perform in their academic career. And the academic requirements for an international student, they must have a 3.0 GPA. If they are a transfer student, they must have at least a 2.5 GPA. And there are some programs within higher admissions requirement that they have a minimum ACT or an SAT score to be admitted to the university. One of the other requirements for international students is the English language proficiency requirement, and it is for students who English is not their native language, and they have to provide a test score from one of these 3 tests: Test of English as a Foreign Language, International English Language Testing System, and Pearson Test of English. And for international students who have attended 4 years of high school here, are still required to meet the same requirements as international students coming over. International students that are either applying for a graduate or a doctorate program here at ASU, the process is very similar to any other domestic student, but along with their application, they also have to submit proof of English proficiency as well.
Some of the various challenges that international students have in the American higher education system is language, misunderstanding culture, and social life. So in the aspect of language challenges, higher education institutions generally assume that international students have the language abilities to succeed in their classes because they have to pass certain tests like TOEIC and TOEFL in order to get accepted into a university in America. But most of them still struggle with language because a lot of those tests have to do with academic English and not slang or idioms that they would encounter in the classroom or with students. One quote from a study we found says, many respondents felt that there could be more effective ways to respond to language needs of international students. Many students feel that their university doesn't respond in a way that is beneficial for them with these language issues.
Actually, I've been here in the US for about 2 months, and in this period, many problems I've been encountered, and one of these problems was the language barrier. This is a very big problem for me because there are messages I want to convey for the American students that I can't translate it in their own words or their slang languages they use. So that was a very big problem for me. I mean, for example, if I want to say thing in my native language, I can translate it in some ways that they can be perceived the same way I want to be conveyed. So that's one problem for the language barrier, or one image for how this problem was encountered. Another one is that there are some strange sentences that I used to use back in my home country, like in the essays I write in English or the English conversations courses I was in my home country. So when I use this stuff here in America, I think that this stuff or these sentences weren't the same way I was learned in my home country. So there are many differences between the English I learned in my home country and the English processed or the English used here, between the students and the academic English I used in the subjects I learned.
So I found difficulty once I communicated with the others or with the other Americans, so especially with, like, how can I say it, the teenagers, because they have, like, how can I say it, different cultures or different style, and we have different jokes, so it was really hard to receive or, like, to send our jokes to them. And sometimes, like, how can I say it, we tried our best to explain them everything. That's the first side. The second side, with the higher education, we found really difficulties with translate or, like, understand many vocabularies in our mind, or also, like, how can I say it, to understand the whole context. For example, it takes maybe 1 minute for American guy to understand this question, but for us, like, we have to read it like 4, 5 times until, like, we understand it. So this one was really challenging to us, and we still like find it, like, really difficulty to understand it.
Culture challenges are another thing that international students in higher education have to deal with and encounter on a day-to-day basis. It's a whole nother aspect of life they have to learn in addition to the things they're already studying in their classes. But according to the study, it was Sherry, Thomas, and Chui in 2009, the majority of international students had no problems adjusting to the norms in America. This was 64% of the study. And I'm looking at experiences, we're talking to international students and the interviews that we did. Some reasonings behind it is they may have a general idea of what American culture is like through pop culture and through movies and music and all things like that before they actually come to the country. And also many students have come to the country before their time studying, so they already have a sort of taste of what the culture is like, and this helps them to adapt to living in the culture when they're going to college.
Adjusting to this new environment, it's been a good experience so far, because the student advisor is helping me also with my professors. They are helping me with my academic stuff. Also, I have the chance to have a good classmates, making, well, I also learn from them, so that's a very nice experience for me.
There are many challenges I encountered when I come here to the US regarding the culture and the traditions the American students use, as there are many things I wasn't prepared for when I was in my home country. I wasn't prepared for being encountered with the students who have different traditions and different customs rather than me, as the different holidays, for example, different customs, different things, different practices they usually do in their weekends or such things, and also the culture's impact in their language or in their conversation or their speaking. I wasn't prepared for it. And also another thing is I have also a different customs than them. I have different holidays. I have different things. I wasn't prepared that they are not ignoring these thing, but I have my identity. So when I get involved in this culture, I have also not to lose my own identity. So was a problem because there are not many Egyptian students here, so there is no image for a club or something that collects all of these Egyptian people to practice their old traditions or their old customs. So I was the only one responsible for getting stick to this culture, to getting stick to my own identity. So this was a problem for me here in the US when I came, and because this is the first one for me to study abroad or to travel abroad. So was a problem. And another thing is that the culture of the American, I wasn't prepared, or I think it was my problem because I wasn't prepared to think of their own culture, to think of their own customs and traditions before I come here, before I even come to here, because I want to prepare how should I practice with them those, and how should I respect them, and how should I get involved in their activities and this stuff.
So American culture is really good and nice to me, and I like it. So I didn't find any kind of difficulties except with one thing, which is like, how can I say it, hosting or helping the others, because the American culture is like kind of independent culture. So everyone should take care of himself. But like, we like to help, we like to make fun or like helping each other. For example, once we go to a restaurant, we like to pay for the others. So sometimes that bother most of Americans, and I don't know why, but like I understood after that about the idea that they feel like kind of really disrespect them. So that's the only thing I can say about differences.
One of the other challenges that international students have are social challenges. Internationals, they tend to have that hard time creating friendship with American students. And what we've noticed in the studies that we have read is that a lot of international students like to hang out with other international students, whether it's from the same country or from another country. They feel that they have more of a relationship, a connection that they can build quicker than with American students due to that they're in the same situation of being an international student in a new country, in a new setting. They feel they have a more better and stronger connection with those types of students.
Actually, ASU is a diverse community where I met many students from all over the world. So this was very great for me because to get involved with this many cultures and to know different cultures and different traditions and different customs. So I have many friends from China, from Japan, from America, and from Egypt as well, from Saudi Arabia. So this was a great opportunity to me to meet these different students and these different friends and to make friendship with them. So this is a very great chance for me. When I the first thing come up to anyone's mind when I say to him that I'm studying at American University, they think that I'm just among many American students. They don't have Arab students. But when I come here, this stereotyping was false. So when I come here, I found many students from all over the world. I usually come to the international clubs to meet different people. Many was from Chinese, from India, from China, from India, from Pakistan, from Egypt, from Saudi Arabia. So this was a very great opportunity for me.
So I have like friends from Kuwait, a lot of friends from Kuwait here, and also like a lot of friends from America here. I have like some Saudis, but like not a lot, and also like Chinese. But like mostly I have like equal side between Americans and Kuwaitis. So I found like really difficult to make friendship with the others, especially with the like, how can I say, they match my age. For example, I'm 20. I can't find any kind of friends here 20, but like I have like a lot of friends. They are like 24, 25. Sometimes they are 45, 50. So I don't know. Maybe because they, how can I say, they interact with me very well, or like I like to stay with them, I like to read, or like visiting their reading discussions or something like that. Yep. So yeah, I found like difficulties, but with my same age. Yep.
I will definitely recommend international students to come to America, especially ASU, because they have the technology, they have amazing professors, and the infrastructure of this place is great. Also, when you're international, you have the chance to go to the writing center where they help you like writing your papers and also correcting your mistakes. And you have many resources. The thing is that you have to know and you have to take advantage of that. Also, yes, you provide a lot of clubs where you can join for free. That's when you have the chance to make friends, to have good moments here. So definitely, I will recommend everyone to come to this place. Thank you.
Actually, for me, I'd highly recommend all of my Egyptian friends to come here to study in the US in general and at ASU specifically because of the different cultural, for the difference in the academic level between the American universities here and the universities back in my home country, so they can get this experience I have in only 2 months. So when they have the opportunity to study here for 4 years or 2 years, for example, they would have many experiences that they can implement back in my home country. So that would be a very great opportunity for them to learn different activities, different practices, different experiences, and to know different people because ASU is a very diverse community. So this wouldn't be good to the academic level only, but also to the social activities and social work. They can get to know many people. They can even work in a group formed from radically different people from different areas around the world. So this would be a very great opportunity. So for me, I would highly recommend all of my friends back in my home country to come to study here in the US.
I recommend for any person who wants to live with himself and challenge himself a lot and see, like for example, not coming and feeling like dependent on your family. Come and with feeling like you are with yourself and nobody will help you. Nobody will put his hand on your head and say like, okay, I'm gonna help you. No, you're gonna help yourself. So I recommend that for who wants to be in this side, and it will be really fun. You're gonna know a lot of stuff and new stuff, and you might involve in this culture, which is American culture.
Based on the people we have interviewed and the research we have done, we can fully expect more international students to continually come to study in the United States. America is seen as a powerhouse nation that is rich and powerful throughout the world, and American degrees are highly portable and very valued.